The Knight Riders are not to be underestimated. After doing the double over the Desert Vipers, Shah Rukh Khan's men knocked down the Giants convincingly, and they now have Dubai Capitals on their hit list. David Warner's side arrive in Abu Dhabi full of confidence though, after winning a last ball thriller over the Vipers on Friday night. Whilst Warner still struggles to find form, he has led his side to the top half of the table and will be hoping he can keep Dre Russ and co quiet in a mouth-watering clash in Abu Dhabi. Welcome back to Zaid Cricket Stadium for match 20 in the DP World ILT20 as the Abu Dhabi Knight Riders host Dubai Capitals in the second match of today's Super Saturday. We have a look at the points table. Alrighty ho, well there's been plenty happening up in Dubai. The Vipers, they are going into third spot there. Good form today from Colin Munro, the captain, he'll be pleased with that. The Dubai Capitals in second. ADKR sitting in fourth spot, so they will be rearing to go for today's match. Both teams obviously sitting on 6 points. The race to 8 points is most definitely on. It's another glorious day here in Abu Dhabi. A little bit of a breeze coming across the ground. It's going to be a very, very interesting matchup. Can David Warner find some form finally in this competition? Let's head out to the middle now with Natalie Germanos and the two captains for the toss.
It's the first time that the Dubai Capitals will be playing at the Zaid Cricket Stadium this season, and they're up against the Abu Dhabi Knight Riders. For the toss, we've got the match referee, Roshan Mohannaman, of course, the two captains, David Warner and Sunil Narine. Sunil Narine, you've got the coin?
Tails.
Tails is a call.
It's tails as a call?
It is tails.
We're going to bowl first.
David, you're in the toss. What are you going to do and why?
We're going to have a bowl first. It looks like a nice surface, and as we spoke about before, we've been chasing well.
You said it's a nice surface. First time you've played at this ground this season as a team. What's your thoughts on this ground and what it can offer? Yeah,
it is. You've got the natural variation of the wind, and one side's big, but we know the outfield's nice and fast. But look, at the wicket, with it looks like there's going to be a little bit of pace in it and a bit of bounce. If we can, you know, as I said, start well in the first six with bat and ball, it'll lead us in a great stead this tonight.
You've got a couple of players, obviously, that are going to possibly go on to international duty pretty soon. How much pressure does that put on you to perform?
I think tonight especially, we've got three guys leaving and then myself after the next game. So it's important for us to, you know, keep putting in as best as we can, and it's important to get the 2 points tonight and hopefully in a game's time to win that. So it puts you in great stead for the finals race.
Good luck, play well.
Thanks, Natalie.
You're going to have a bat first this time around. Last game, you had a good win. How much confidence do you take from that win?
Yeah, I think getting 2 points on the board, it's always good winning. So hopefully we could keep that winning habit and start good with the bat.
What's your thoughts on the conditions for tonight?
Yeah, I think it's always going to be tough in the first six. So I think once we could come up with a good score and not lose too many wickets and get all the power play well, hopefully we could get a good total at the end.
Got any major changes to your starting side?
Little is in and Merchant is out.
Good luck and play well.
Thanks.
So that's it. The news then from the middle is that the Dubai Capitals have won the toss and they say they'll have a bowl first.
Thank you very much, Nat. Let's see what's coming up on Cricket Safari. The fastest bowler in the tournament reveals what charges him up on match days. David Willey gives us tips on swinging to success. And is this finally the day for David Warner with the bat? And I tell you what, I need another hair tie and some hairspray. The wind is definitely picking up here in Abu Dhabi, but I'm lucky I'm back with my boys. I've got Niall O'Brien, Rohan Gavaskar alongside me, and Niall, we've had a couple of close games in this competition, and a couple of these teams have been a part of it.
Yeah, and a similar trend to last season. Really, last season we had a bit of a slow start, and then at the middle stage, it really started to get going nicely because all the teams know they can't afford any losses. Any slip-ups, any back-to-back losses put you on the back foot. But at the same time, if you get a couple of back-to-back wins, you can really put yourself in a good chance of getting in that top four. So it's really interesting phase now, and this should be a really good game. Two sides that are nicely matched.
They are nicely matched. The Capitals, will they come in with a little extra confidence given what they were able to achieve in their last matchup against the Vipers? I mean, Powell particularly performed incredibly well when the team needed him to most.
Yeah, I mean, just the way he batted in that game. It was a close game, went down to the last slurry. Could have been a super over if it was directed, but just the way Jason Holder and Powell batted. I thought, especially Robin Powell, the fact that he's an aggressive player, known for his big hitting ability, the fact that he can hit sixes at will, but he tempered his game. He played according to the situation of the match. The match required, the team required him to be a little bit more responsible, not take too many risks, and make sure they got the team over the line, and he did exactly that.
How's he going to go today? He is incredibly impressive. How's he going to go today in these conditions with the breeze? Will he like here? The boundaries smaller than we're used to? What do you think?
He's played a lot of cricket here, first and foremost. I think what Rowan said is so true. He got a side over the line. He showed a great maturity, which in the last 2 years, and that's why he's captain of the West Indies. Yeah. That's why he's their national captain, because he gets them over the line. 2 or 3 years ago, maybe Robin Powell might not have been so assured, as you mentioned, direct hit there. That was one of 4 missed runouts. Yeah. Both sides in that game missed 4 runouts, so it could really have gone either way. And it's the close games. When you get a close win, you just feel mightily relieved. In front of your owners, in front of your fans, it was heartbreak once again for the Vipers.
Does it also galvanise your team, though, and really bring them closer together, so you know that in those close matchups you can get across the line? Does it bring the team together more?
Oh, 100%. Look, both ways. If you lose a big game, it doesn't hurt you as much as when you lose a close game. And it's the opposite when you win a big game. When you win a big game, you're thinking, yeah, we outplayed them. But when you win a tight, close game, you think, yeah, listen, we were under the pump, we were under pressure, but we managed to keep our nerves, and we've got the win. And that really gets the team together, because the dressing room after that game would have been buzzing. High fives all around, there would have been laughter, there would have been some jokes, lots of energy in that dressing room, and that's what you want.
Yeah, it definitely is. Right, well, let's check out the conditions earlier. Anjum Chopra was out there.
Not a lot has changed from yesterday to today. There are still windy conditions. The pitch, however, has changed. But what the bowlers will be looking to do is not change too much from what happened yesterday. It was perfect line and length bowling that the My Emirates bowlers actually bowled to the batters. And that's exactly the perfect area where 2 bowlers from either side would be looking to target. Sikandar Raza and Sunil Narine. Hit the target, center of the pitch, perfect line and length.
Thank you very much. We're about to get a glimpse into the Knight Riders batting again in this tournament. What have you made of it so far, Niall?
In a word, inconsistent, I would say. They've got a lot of talent, an abundance of talent, really. A lot of right-handers, which actually sometimes opposition can plan quite nicely for. But some of the guys haven't fired on a consistent basis. It's not easy, T20 cricket, to try and get a consistency. Sam Hain has shown glimpses. Laurie Evans actually has had a wonderful 24 months, but he hasn't had a great deal of quality time in the middle. Pepper's shown good glimpses of what he can do. So we see the lad from England keep wicket and play well. This is him a couple of nights ago. He's been in and out of the team, to be fair, but he has an exceptional record, Michael Pepper. In the first 10 balls of his innings, he generally gets off to an absolute flyer. One of the best, actually, in the world game in the last 18 months or so, with the first 10 balls of an innings. And that's what you want. Captain says, listen, go up front, take the power play on, and get us off to a rocket start. And he carried on. The key there, got off to a flyer, and then carried it on, played really well.
That's the thing, you've got to carry on. But there's a player you can't not talk about, and that's Dre Russ. What he's capable of, what he can do, how he can change the game. He is so crucial to the Knight Riders, isn't he?
Well, he's extremely crucial. That's why sometimes I personally am a little bit disappointed when he bats low down the order. I think he's got that ability to bat after the 10th over. Don't worry about thinking pigeonholing him into the last 5 overs, or when you need to chase 10, 12 and over. What he can do on his good day, not many people can. And that's why, I mean, you look at that, 13 not out of 13 deliveries. How many people can do that? So I would like to see him bat a little higher up.
Will we see that tonight? First of all, though, we're going to find out how Ali Khan revs himself up on match day.
ऑल बिजनेस जब आप आते हैं इस तरह के टूर्नामेंट्स में ऑफ कोर्स कि आपके साथ बहुत एक्सपेक्टेशन होती हैं और स्पेशली मैं तो यूएसए से आ रहा हूँ तो मेरे ऊपर और भी रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी होती है कि मैं अपनी कंट्री को भी रिप्रेजेंट करूँ क्योंकि वहाँ से काफ़ी बहुत सारे बंदे आपको देखने को नहीं मिलते लीग्स में खेलने के लिए। फास्ट बॉलर तो ऑलवेज जोश में होता है, अगर जोश में नहीं होगा तो होश में नहीं होगा। जब आप ग्राउंड पे जाते हैं तो बैट्समैन आगे से वो भी खेलने हैं, तो मेरा क्या होता है कि मुझे और अपने आप को अच्छा बॉलिंग करवाने के लिए सम टाइम मैं खुद बैट्समैन से लड़ाई पिक कर लेता हूँ ताकि उसके साथ जब मेरी लड़ाई पड़े तो फिर मुझे पता है कि अब मैं उसको लाइट नहीं ले सकता, तो फिर हर बॉल पे मुझे एक्स्ट्रा एफर्ट डालनी पड़ती है।
it's off the pad. He'll feel unlucky, Monroe, but it's a Yorker length.
मेरी स्ट्रेंथ है बॉलिंग यॉर्कर्स, तो मुझे तो मेरा तो शौक है कि मैं 6 के 6 आगे यॉर्कर
तो सर पे मारने का शौक नहीं सर वाला शौक था।
सर पे मारने का शौक है, लेकिन मेरे पास आप जैसी पेस नहीं है, तो इसलिए उनको नहीं मार सकता। पर्सनली टारगेट हमेशा से यही रहते हैं कि जो आपको जब भी आपको अपॉर्चुनिटी मिले, चांस मिले, आप उसको फुली अवेल करें, दोनों हाथों से ग्रैब करें और जितना आप पार्ट प्ले कर सकते हैं अपना 100% दें, टीम को जितवाने की कोशिश करें। तो गोल तो यही होंगे कि जब भी आपको चांस मिले आप अच्छी परफॉर्मेंस दें टीम को, जिससे टीम की विनिंग कॉज के लिए अच्छा हो। लास्ट ईयर एज अ टीम अच्छा था, लेकिन एज अ रिज़ल्ट जो हमें आया वो अच्छा नहीं मिला। जो हमने सारा हार्ड वर्क किया बैक एंड पे वो बहुत अच्छा था, लेकिन जो अनफॉर्चुनेटली जो ग्राउंड पे रिजल्ट थे वो हमारे फेवर में नहीं थे, लेकिन उससे हमने बहुत कुछ सीखा है और इस साल कोशिश करेंगे कि इंशाल्लाह उसको ग्राउंड में इम्प्लीमेंट करें और अब रिजल्ट्स अपने फेवर में लें।
I love watching him, and I've loved this season, particularly watching big name players like that, how much they love this competition, how much the cricket means to them. People say a lot about T20 franchise cricket, and can that really mean that much? But he particularly is showing how much it means to him.
Yeah, and he's part of the Knight Riders kind of family, really. He travels all around the world playing. He's been in the IPL, he's been in the CPL, he plays in the States, in the MLC. So they really like him. They really think he's a quality cricketer. 6 wickets, economy 9.14, maybe a tad expensive, but he's bowling difficult overs. He's got a great skill set. The one thing I would love Ali Khan to do is not be too predictable. We heard him speak to Shoaib Akhtar, I want to bowl 6 Yorkers. It's near impossible. He got away with it once, but sometimes you've got to just change your plans, but he's got the skills to do so.
Just like us, bowling the hard overs. Right, we're going to take a short break, and when we come back, an interview with David Willey you do not want to miss. He reckons he's got David Warner on what? We'll see you soon. It is a moody old night in Abu Dhabi for match 20 in the DP World ILT20. The Capitals have won the toss, which means the Knight Riders, Niall, are going to have a bat first.
Yeah, Joe Clark, he is short of runs up front. The England wicketkeeper batter, Alishan Sharafu, has been a real standout UAE batter. Looking forward to seeing Laurie Evans in that middle order. Can he find his form that's really propelled him to the top of the world game in the last couple of years? Andre Russell, and look out if you're David Warner, because they've got Josh Little and they've got David Willey.
Well, as far as the Capitals are concerned, obviously all eyes on David Warner because hasn't had the best of tournaments, but we expect him to get a big one today. Sam Billings has been excellent in the field. Sikandar Raza has been an absolute superstar. Rahman Power with that match-winning innings in the last game, his confidence will be high. And then you have a look at the bowlers. Jamira, Vandermeer, Kugelheim. This looks like a good side, strong side.
2 really good sides in tonight's competition in the race to 8 points. One of the players to watch for is David Willey, and his matchup particularly against David Warner. You're not going to believe what he said to Darren Ganga.
Very little hitting happening in the hitting zone today. I've got David Willey with me. David, of course, cricket runs in your family. Not so much batting, but more bowling. Today I want to ask you about your unique selling points as a fast bowler, left-arm fast bowler in terms of swing and pace. I want to allow you the comfort of coming over the wicket as a left-hander, but tell us about your skill as a fast bowler.
Yeah, look, I think my career has very much been around the new ball in white ball cricket and my ability to swing the ball up front and take early wickets. So, I'm always trying to improve that side of my game. Got a very consistent grip, and particularly with the new ball, I try and create a little bit more rotation to help me swing the ball. And again, depending on the conditions, I'll maybe drop my arm a little bit more just to try and help that as well.
So would you say a stock delivery with the new ball is that swing away from left-handers into right-handers?
Yeah, I think part of your career as a cricketer is evolving your game, and I think I went through a phase where that became very predictable. So now I'm also sometimes just slight change to my grip to run the ball across, and one that nips away as well from the right-hander.
Okay, that's always very challenging for a batter facing a bowler who has that skill. Let's talk about the conditions here in Abu Dhabi. The last time you bowled an impressive spell, 1 for 18, you were virtually unplayable. Was it more about the conditions here that helped you on that occasion?
Look, I think the conditions have been very consistent here, actually. I think probably took me a few games to find my length here in the UAE. Probably bowled a little bit full. Length that you can bowl in England just sort of skids onto the bat a bit, and I got punished as a result. So having dragged my length back last game, still be able to swing the ball and seam the ball, but I got my rewards.
You've got some big wickets in this tournament. David Warner, Sikandar Raza, Alex Hales, Kusal Pereira. David Warner's match up with you. You've gotten him 4 times out of 5 times. The last time I interviewed him, he told me that he was not expecting that ball to beat him off the inside edge. How do you respond to that?
It's an ego thing, isn't it? You know, I'm sure in the back of his mind he knows that I've got him on toast. So, you know, off the back of that, I imagine he'll come hard at me tonight and probably see him caught in the ring or something.
Right, well, who knows? We just might see an unplayable spell again from this man, David Willey.
Sorry, I heard it again, and what did you make of that interview?
He's got him on toast. David Willey got Warner on toast. It's all about the W's. What about it?
It looks good.
What about it?
Willie, wicket, Warner.
Willie, wicket, Warner. He's got you on toast, David Warner. Can you believe the confidence of David Willey, who's bowled superbly all tournament? I thought the last game was the best. I'm going to get rid of that bit, Toast, if you don't mind. I thought he was sensational. The length he bowled, he pitched the ball up, he looked to get the ball to swing, and he's a real handful. Four dismissals, 5 innings, and I tell you what, as an ex-batter, when you turn up to a game and you know a bloke has got you on the proverbial bit of toast, you are quaking in your boots.
Are you? I mean, this could go one of 2 ways. Warner's either going to take him downtown, or Willie's going to get it over him again.
Look, I've got to back David Warner here. I think he's going to take him downtown because, well, actually, if you had seen this interview,
I was just going to say, they're turning it up in the changing room.
This interview might play afterwards. So if you had seen this interview, then that's got a little bit of extra motivation for David Warner. So that's why I think, well, all said and done, it's going to be an intriguing battle.
Listen, I've got something totally out there, very radical for me. I don't think David Warner should open the batting tonight. David Warner has an excellent record batting at number 4. He's averaging over 40 in his T20 career, batting at number 4. He's going to have Josh Little and David Willey. I would say David Warner, listen, just drop down 2, and give yourself a bit of a breather.
Okay, what do you subscribe to that? Could you see that happening tonight, David Warner at 4?
I don't see that happening tonight. I mean, I get where Niall's coming from, I get where Nobby's coming from, but also sometimes that's an admission of the fact that you aren't really doing well. And you say, okay, listen, I'm going to take a step back. While that might not be a bad thing, because, you know, sometimes you've got to keep your ego in check and say, listen, you know what, I've got to do what's best for the team, and maybe coming down the order is best for the team, but I don't see that happening tonight.
It's going to be a very interesting night, that is for sure. Let's take a look at the leaderboard within, speaking of egos, in our commentary box. How are things looking here? It is very interesting. Darren Ganga, I don't know how he's doing this. I don't know how he's doing it. Simon Dool, very interesting. Who are you predicting today?
I'm going to go for the Knight Riders. Andre Russell, smack it out of Abu Dhabi.
And for you, Ro?
I'm going to go with the Capitals.
Okay, here we go. We're not far to find out who's going to take the 2 points tonight in the DP World ILT20. We take a break. When we're back, live cricket.